Welcome to Ultimate Orlando Clicks. Let's get started this week in Epcot. Now, this past weekend they were running something special, and I don't think it's going to last very long, at least it doesn't look like it might, called the Muppets, the MBI, as we'll see it here. It's a kind of Muppets-specific game. This is the Agent Recruitment Center. As you can see, it's set up amidst the flower and garden stuff, not too far from the Mexico Pavilion. And what happens is, after waiting in line, you are presented with this kiosk where you see about the Muppets investigation, the crime, and all that stuff. It's obviously a tie-in with a more recent movie. Now, I'm going to give you impressions of this without having seen the Muppet Vision, the newest Muppet movie. So what you're going to get is kind of a more layman's take on whether the game is of interest to general audiences. Now, what you get is a bit of a booklet like this, where you're meant to go read through some of the stories and the clues that are in the booklet itself, and then you show up at that location and you get a sticker. So if you remember, there was a while back when Cars 2 came out, there was a game like this also at Epcot where you went around and interacted with cast members in their everyday roles throughout World Showcase, and you collected stickers. And it's a sticker book collection, pretty much exactly the same thing. Now, it only takes place in a few of the countries, and so you were told in your booklet which countries they are, and so when you get to United Kingdom, for instance, pretty obvious when you see a sign like this that we're in the right spot. However, in this case, it's a little misleading because you don't go into this building, that's the bathrooms, you go into a different building around the corner. Just a little bit of a close-up for you to see first what's involved here. This is the building that we're going to, and the clue tells you that in the booklet that you need to catch up on your English tea, basically. And so there's no signage on the outside. What you're looking for is this MBI sign for check-in here, and the storyline has to do with some missing scepters. And so you pick up the phone and you listen to the important phone call. That's a recorded message about those scepters and what we're supposed to do about it, and go get a diamond in the next land that we're going to. And so it turns out that the diamond we're looking for is here in France, and this is the diamond, like a diamond carat. A bit of a Muppets type joke there, carats being how you measure how large diamonds are. And then there's that check-in once again with the cast member who normally works in the location. After you tell them how many of them there are, and there turns out to be just one, it lights up over here. You type in how many there were, and that's what made it light up, and this is what it looks like when it's not lit up. So it's kind of a hide-and-seek game that you play within the area, just interacting with the cast members. Now, there's two ways you can make it to the finish line. Those two quests that I just showed you, or two other quests on the other side, which are Italy and Germany. Actually, I'm going to Italy first, although Germany would have come first if you had gone through the progression normally. So the Gonzo mask is obviously a part of it on this side, on the Italy-Germany side. And then working backwards from there, this topiary has been there as part of Flower and Garden, but this is new, actually, this train schedule. And that actually has something to do with the clue you saw in Germany. In Germany, again, working backwards through the quest, you were told to go here to Baron von Kuckuck's original cuckoo clock store. And the sign is actually brand new. You can tell by looking at it that it was brand new. Behind the cash register was this imprint on the wall, again, a message from Constantine from the movie. Now, no matter how you made your way through those first two quests, one side of the lagoon or the other side of the lagoon, this is where you come to next. This is in the American Adventure Pavilion. You check in at that kiosk there, and then you find out that Constantine has been captured, and he's hiding inside there. And so a recording plays every so often, letting you know that Constantine is not happy about having lost. And then you're awarded your own MBI Special Agent badge, which is a piece of paper, of course. Now, backing up from there to the beginning of the park, there are now MagicBands for sale throughout the Walt Disney World resorts and through the parks themselves, of course. And so they have a person out front. This is underneath Spaceship Earth, and pointing out what the MagicBands are and the different colors that are available. You see it takes up this wall, but also this wall here, not so easily seen behind the display case from this vantage point. Now, when you get there, you will see MagicBands of every color, pink and red and blue and yellow and green and orange and so on, available for sale. Now, however, if you duck a little bit closer to the display case, you'll see that they've got all of these tricked out bands on them, and the bandits, I think they're called, these things that insert into the bands, and ways to customize them. Not that many people are doing it, actually. Perhaps just requires a little bit more visibility before people start doing it. Over to Epcot to show you a little bit of construction going on while Maelstrom is over on the side here. This is blocked off. And since I hadn't been back since the princesses had first appeared in this area in Norway here, they had a banner that was kind of a cloth banner rather than a full-sized wooden sign, but that has been changed, as you can see here. A pretty visible change happening in the Fountain of Nations area is this new color scheme. Now, I've seen one person claim that this is a color test, that they're just going to choose one of these colors later on. But at the moment, there's a lot of different colors, and it's on both sides, and the colors don't match what you see on the other side. So either they're aiming for something particularly retro and 70s, or it is just a test and they're going to choose one. But it seems to me that a test might have happened in the computer rather than needing to happen in real life. And then you don't see it very often in the parks, but when I do see it, I thought I would grab a photo of it. These are people doing the Disney bounding, that was the original name for it, or Show Us Your Disney Side, as Disney has now rebranded it and made it their own promotion. These young ladies are here dressed up as Donald Duck and the other three caballeros, actually in the vicinity of Mexico when this picture was taken. So they are out having fun in the park, kind of dressed up in a way that is regular clothes, but reminiscent of a character, and that's Disney bounding. So we're back to our game. Where in Walt Disney World was this? And this was the challenge last time. I am kind of tickled pink to say no one got it. All of you, most all of you, had guessed something about living with the land. In fact, this is a screen, and there's a kind of a painted backdrop behind it also showing corn. And the screen didn't always just show corn. This happened to be what it's showing at this particular moment. One person knew it was elsewhere in Epcot. In fact, it was, but no one got the right answer. It was in Test Track. This was the post-show of Test Track, near where they showed the biodiesels and the advanced, cars of the future and that sort of thing. And this was showing that corn could be used as a fuel as well. So the post-show of Test Track doesn't look like that anymore, obviously. Okay, time for the next week challenge. Where in Walt Disney World was this? Leave your answers in the comment section below, and we'll see you next week if you guys are right or not. That does it for this week. We thank you, as always, for your attention, and we'll catch you guys next time.